So sometimes depression doesn't show up as sadness. Instead, it can feel like nothing, like you're moving through your days wrapped in a heavy fog where joy, excitement, and even connection just feels distant. In clinical terms, this is called emotional numbing. It's not that you don't care or that you're lazy, and it's certainly not that you're broken. It's your nervous system's way of protecting you when things feel overwhelming. But while this state can serve as a shield, it can also leave you disconnected from yourself, from others, and from moments that matter. That's why learning some super simple ways to shift out of shutdown is so important. In this video, I'll share 4 super simple practices that you can try to shift out of shutdown if that is one of the symptoms that you experience alongside depression. So, number 1, sensation check in. You can choose one sense, be it touch, sight, sound, smell, or taste, and notice one detail using that sense. So, the weight of your body in the chair or your feet on the floor. You can rub your feet back and forth and notice the vibration of the carpet or the floor underneath. You could notice the color of an object around you, or the sound of a fan, or any sounds coming from an open window. That's it. No need to change anything. Just drop your awareness into the present moment and notice to start to soften that fog. So, why would you want to do this? Well, when we're numb, sensory processing can be muted. Directing attention to one sensation helps the brain's salience network come back online. It's like reminding yourself, I'm here, I'm present. All right, number 2, shift in temperature. When feeling numb, a small change in temperature can help the nervous system to wake up. So, could you run your hands under cold water? Could you hold a cup of tea and take a sip of the warm tea inside of that mug? Could you step outside for a breath of cool air? Even this tiny shift in temperature can remind your body that it is present and pull you out of that numbness. More about why this is useful. So, temperature change creates a strong signal to the brainstem and insula, that part of the brain that has many functions, but one of which is sensory processing and emotional awareness. So, you're essentially reawakening your awareness of the whole body. That temperature change can interrupt flat, numb, zoned out, shut down feelings, that disconnected state, by giving your nervous system something else to immediately notice. Okay, number 3, small movements or micro movements. Instead of aiming to exercise more, could you start with just some really simple movements? Could you stretch your arms overhead or roll your shoulders back? Could you stand up and maybe even sway side to side for a few moments or even an entire minute? These small movements can cue your body that energy is still available, even though it might not feel like it is in that moment. So, this one is a really helpful technique because small movements will increase blood flow and help to release endorphins and dopamine, which are those brain chemicals that are often super low in depression. They also give your body a sense of presence, so they can help to soften that frozen, numbed out feeling. All right, and number 4, if you've been watching these videos, you might have a guess of what I'm going to say. It is connection. When numbness makes connection feel impossible, could you please try the absolute lowest bar option, which is to send a text to a friend, or just hit play on a podcast that feels comforting. Place a hand over your heart as if to say, I am here. These gestures are so small, but they are often bridges that can bring you back into a sense of connection. And they're important because social connection is such a powerful regulator of the nervous system. Even these tiny gestures of connection sending that text or putting on that podcast and listening to somebody who just makes you feel warm inside, they can trigger the release of oxytocin, which is that bonding hormone that helps to regulate the nervous system, brings up that sense of connection. It signals I'm not alone. It signals I belong and I'm safe enough to start feeling again. None of these practices are about snapping out of depression or forcing big changes. They are small signals, gentle nudges to the nervous system that say, I am here, I am safe, and I can reconnect bit by bit. Now, you might be thinking, Susan, those are so small, they seem like nothing. Why would I even bother? What difference will they make? If you're thinking that and you experience depression, you are absolutely not alone in feeling that way. It's a very common thought when depression has been numbing things out and causing you to live most of the day in kind of a shutdown place. The truth is, these small practices often don't feel powerful in the moment, but the research that I've read shows that when they're done consistently, they really do add up to change. So they're worth engaging in. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the research. So every time you engage with your senses or move your body a little or create even the tiniest spark of connection with somebody by sending a text, you are signaling to your nervous system that you're safe, that you're present, and that you are capable of reconnection. So over time, these signals will strengthen the neural pathways that help to regulate mood, that help to calm down that stress response, and that make it easier overall to shift out of a shutdown state. Research in the area of behavioral activation shows that small, consistent actions can interrupt the cycle of avoidance and gradually lift depressive symptoms. And research in the area of neuroscience, so research into neuroplasticity, tells us that repetition builds new neural pathways, which makes it easier to access states of calm and engagement in regards to what we're talking about here with these practices. Studies on emotion and self compassion show that even these tiny moments, a few seconds of noticing something pleasant or approaching yourself with kindness, can create an upward spiral that can protect against some big symptom relapses. So while these may not feel like much in the moment, I would love to invite you to think of them as planting seeds. With steady care, those seeds will take root. Over time, they will really start to grow into something beautiful, helping you feel more alive and more connected and better able to meet what life brings you. Okay, so to summarize, your 4 go-to reset moves, which are just simple practices to bring your system out of shutdown and back into the present moment. We've got sensory grounding, we've got the temperature shift, we've got micro movements, and we have connection. All right, thank you so much for watching. If feeling numb, if shutdown has been a part of your experience with depression, would you please give these ideas a chance and experiment with these practices? Could you try a couple of them every single day for a week, and then maybe another week, and then maybe another week, and see what starts to shift over time? Notice if even one helps to bring a little bit more presence back to your day and to your life. You deserve to feel alive again, and small steps really are a way to get there. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.